We don't care how many people get hurt. We don't care how we prostitute our service members, thinking that you have your own special little army that's for you. I mean, it is sick. It is really sick. And anybody that supports it is also sick.
Uh-huh.
Amen. Jasmine Crockett on The View.
Yeah.
Good for her. She went on to say...
We've got a mental health crisis in this country because everyone, no matter how you affiliate yourself, should be against Trump, period. This is not partisan for me. Like, I would give anything to have, sad to say, George Bush. Give me any regular Republican nowadays, and I would be happy. But right now, we have someone who does not care.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then Karoline
Leavitt.
Hey, girl.
Had something to say about that.
She did.
I think it's incredibly derogatory to accuse nearly 80 million Americans of mental illness. The last time I checked, Jasmine Crockett couldn't dream of winning such a majority of the public as President Trump did. And the America First movement, which President Trump has built, is filled of hardworking patriots, the forgotten men and women, business owners, law enforcement officers. That's who makes up this president's movement. And Jasmine Crockett should go to a Trump rally sometime and she can see it for herself.
Oh no, she shouldn't.
It's giving... Sorry, girl, you're never going to be on the Panhellenic Council. Not with that attitude. Shut up.
Yeah.
No one wants to be on the Panhellenic Council,
No,
Brittany.
not at all.
God.
Guy.
Oh, my God. It's 8 minutes after the hour on the Stephanie Miller Show. Jody Hamilton sitting in for Stephanie, along with Bella with the Z and Chris Lavoie.
Hiya.
So, yeah, I happen to agree with Jasmine Kelly. People are starting to wake up, like Dana said yesterday, that it's slow. Some will never wake up, like those that still support Nixon. But some are, thankfully, starting to wake up. Otherwise, the protests that we had over the weekend wouldn't have been as big.
Right.
I just don't believe it would have been as big. So I'm glad about that, and we just have to keep the momentum going. And call your representatives if you've got issues with anything that's going on, even if it's somebody that you didn't vote for or you would never vote for. Call their office anyway, especially if you're in their district or you live in their state, because they have to write it down. They have to take it seriously. It's part of their job. So yeah, we talked about with John was Donald saying too many non-working holidays in America. It's just... By the way, Texas was the first state that made it a paid holiday since 1980.
Yeah, that's right.
So they were ahead of the game. Go Texas on that.
Yep.
That was news to me. I did not know that. The Wall Street Journal reported that Donald paused an interview to ask an aide if she had heard of Juneteenth. And she pointed out that the White House had issued a statement last year commemorating the day and had to put out statements on Juneteenth during each of his first 3 years. So he did pay attention to it to some degree the first time he tried to ruin these United States. But yeah, he's I don't like. Have I told you I don't like him?
Yeah.
I don't know. Michelangelo in Denver. Hey, how you doing?
I wish I was doing real good, but I can't say I can't say that. And I know I have a limited amount of time. I wanted to say a lot of stuff here and everything, so let me get this out. Number one, Home Depot. My wife and I went to pick up supplies because why am I not in a great mood? Because we're doing here in our stuff in our house and all construction. So I went and we're loading up our Suburban, and I see two guys approaching me, and I saw his crew, the truck, the people that were picking up supplies, a contractor, and, Mexicans, Guatemalans, whatever, they're loading up drywall because that's their industry. They're the kings of drywall, the Latinos in particular in this world.
Sure.
So I'm seeing, and, they're walking people over to a truck, no markings or anything else. This is right here, Colorado Boulevard.
I do.
Jody. So in Glendale, wonderful Glendale. So two guys were approaching me, and I said, hold it right there. I said, number one, who are you? And one guy had a scarf around his face. And I said, hold it right there, pal. All right, I'm loading up my supplies here. Don't want to talk to you guys unless I will show you my ID unless you show me your ID. They stopped, and they were young. That's the thing. They were young, and all. I could tell.
Uh-huh.
So the guy said, "No, we just wanted to come over, sir, and whatnot. We're just here. We're not doing anything." I said, "Yes, you are. What are those? Why are those guys going over to that truck? Why are they getting into that truck?"
Uh-huh.
I was really pissed. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
No,
okay.
that's
I
okay.
was really, really ticked off. Number one, they're getting those guys that are doing work to feed their families and everything, undocumented or not. They're not illegals, undocumented or not.
Right.
And you just look at that and then flip the coin, and they're coming up to me.
Right.
I didn't go into my spiel. 22 years in the military, fighting for this country. I lost a couple of drops of blood for this country.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do that. They
Right.
backed off.
Yeah. Well,
They
good. I'm glad
backed
they
off.
backed
Good.
off.
One,
That's
good.
good. Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent work.
They had to back off.
Excellent work that
Yeah.
you did there, Michelangelo. I mean, that's very important to try to do what you can. Be safe, because a lot of these guys are armed, and that's
Yeah.
what's frightening about it. And they're not armed with just a pistol. Some of them are armed with major
Right.
guns. So it's scary out there. And if you don't feel safe, call the police on them.
Absolutely.
Just do it,
Yep.
and then go to the police then when they arrive and say, this is what's happening. And people have been doing that. People have been calling the cops on and surrounding vans and making sure people get back in their homes, which is why the USC thing is fantastic. Look up USC legal
recess
stuff.
that.
And because basically what they're doing is they're helping people that want to follow the law and get either their green card or the proper visa to stay in this country. And so they're doing it, and they're trying to help you get online so you don't have to show up in court and
Right.
have, say, your case dismissed and you get arrested immediately. So, look up the USC thing because it's a great tool, and hopefully the ACLU will set something up like that and others so that more people can get access to this. It's a great service that they're doing, these alums and professors that used to go to USC. So let's talk about Trump being gross.
Okay.
Oh, classic.
So the flag poles,
Yes. The
that are-
two flagpoles.
ridiculous. Like, point, please. He said, oh, he's so gross. Okay, he said, so I just want to wish you a lot of luck with the new flagpole. We have 2 of them, and we're going to do this one now. Then we're going to do the other one at 11 o'clock or so. That already is just annoying. But then it gets worse. We're going to have a flag raising, which will be great. And I got these guys back to work. They're making a fortune. They're standing around making a fortune. Doubt that. But remember, there's somewhere in this group, there's somebody that's going to captivate some movie producer, not Harvey Weinstein. So it won't be Harvey, but it will be somebody, and they'll say, this guy is perfect for a movie. And you're going to become a star, and your friends are going to call you, and you won't even return their phone call anymore, They'll say, what do you do for a living? I put up flagpoles. I'm not even going to talk to you. I'm a big movie star. So some of you have that. Anyway, let's have they call it a lifting. They also use another word, but I'm not going to use that word. Do you know what that is? The word starts with an E.
Oh, God, he's a child. He's a toddler.
Yes, you know what that word is? I've never used it. I'd be run out of town by you people. All right, so enjoy it, Doug. Hello, Doug. You're going to get some good. He's going to win another Nobel Prize, I think, for this picture. So I guess it's the White House photographer.
Okay.
But yeah, he
Oh my God. The amount of times this week I've had mini strokes trying to decipher direct quotes. It sounds like a child.
He is a child.
He is a child.
Well, you were reading that. I was imagining a little child with like a lisp who like can't pronounce his R's trying to say
Yeah.
that. Like,
No, he is. He is a child.
God.
It's just, I don't understand. After 4 years of him, why did anybody vote for him twice, let alone 3 times? Because there are people that voted for him 3 times. There have to be. And he's very upset with Jerome Powell.
Yes, he is.
He called him one of the dumbest and most destructive people in government. He calls him too late, Jerome Powell. He focused his ire on the Fed chief because basically Jerome Powell is keeping interest rates where they are due to Trump's policies on tariffs. He said, too late, Jerome Powell is costing our country hundreds of billions of dollars. He's truly one of the dumbest and most destructive people in government, and the Fed board is complicit. Europe has had 10 cuts, and we've had none. We should be 2.5% lower to save billions on all of Biden's short-term debt. We have low inflation. Too late's an American disgrace. And then he said, am I allowed to appoint myself to the Fed? I do a much better job than these people. Oh, God. Like he did with the Kennedy Center, where people are not going anymore to the Kennedy Center. They're canceling their stuff. It's just, I loathe him so. Ugh.
Hey, are you traveling this summer? Will you leave instructions for your house sitter, the name and number of your vet maybe, the code to your alarm system? Think about the steps you take to prepare for vacation and you'll get a sense of what goes into a knockbox. Just go to theknockbox.com, use the code Stephanie. Knockbox is a complete system that helps you organize all of your accounts, possessions, and estate plans for your next of kin. Each knockbox, that's Knockbox, comes with a comprehensive checklist that helps ensure you add everything they'll need to manage your estate when you are gone. From your funeral directives to your insurance policies, even the keys to your storage unit, the Knockbox helps you organize it all. If you've got a household, you need a Knockbox. Right now, Stephanie Miller listeners save 16% off the Knockbox of your choice. Just go to theknockbox.com/Stephanie. That's theknockbox.com/Stephanie to get 16% off. Stay calm, get organized today.